It's 5:30. This is WKYT This Morning. A man who Lexington police considered armed and dangerous is now behind bars. We're looking ahead to his day in court. Also on WKYT, it is a big get for the Lexington Police Department. They say they have made the biggest fentanyl bust this city has ever seen. We'll have the details on a city worker's arrest just ahead this morning. And it marks a special piece of history at the University of Kentucky. We'll take a closer look at the statue honoring the 4 players who broke the color barrier in SEC football. Coming up on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Just when you thought it wouldn't get here, it is Friday. Good morning and welcome in. It's good to have you along. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Andrea Walker. It is Friday, September 23rd, and we are looking at a new season, the first official day of fall, but the same old weather pattern,
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
right. The first full day of fall anyway. Exactly. I mean, summer's chasing us.
It is.
It's all right for a while. We were talking about a high today, close to 90 again. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris.
I think people would be all right for substituting the 90-degree weather with no thunderstorms. So I think everybody's okay with that heading off into your weekend, because Friday and Saturday and Sunday, there's some big events going on. A lot of things happening across the state of Kentucky. So if you don't have any plans, make some plans. We got a lot of festivals happening. 60s this morning. By the afternoon, we're right around 90 degrees, mostly sunny skies. And like Andrea was saying, it's the same story, just a different day. And that's for today. That's for your weekend, too. But next week, it's going to be totally different. I mean, we're dropping these temperatures big time. I'll show you how low we go coming up.
Okay, we'll see in just a bit. WKYT now following a traffic alert here in Lexington this morning.
A busy road is shut down after a crash. Michelle Chamberlain is at our alert desk this morning with details. Good morning.
Good morning. It is a busy road. We're talking about North Broadway. There was a utility pole that was hit overnight. It's split in half, and now traffic is expected to be an issue this morning. Now, here's where we're talking about this morning. It's here in Lexington, obviously. This crash happened on North Broadway, just near West 6th Street. Now, they're closing the inbound lanes of North Broadway this morning, and those lanes are expected to be closed past rush hour. Of course, we'll keep you updated throughout the morning if that changes. But those inbound lanes are expected to be closed. You're asked as a detour to take South Street to Upper Street this morning. Now, here's a look at the scene as to what happened. It happened about 4 o'clock this morning. Police say a silver BMW hit a utility pole, splitting that pole in half. The driver left the scene, and police say the car was not stolen, and they are trying to figure out who was driving that car this morning. Once again, you're asked to avoid North Broadway near 6th Street this morning. All inbound lanes will be closed possibly throughout the morning. Bill?
All right, so the investigation is underway there, and that's what's going on. Here's another traffic situation we want to tell you about right now. Part of Main Street is closed between Walton and Ashland Avenues. Crews are working to repair a gas line in that area. Now, this is right in front of the Fayette County Schools central office there. Both inbound lanes of Main Street and one inbound lane of Main is blocked at the moment. We do not know how long the repairs are going to take at that location. Hopefully that's something they can get done ahead of the morning rush.
A man who Lexington police considered armed and dangerous is now in custody, and he will head to court today.
Police have arrested Devarius Jones in connection to several crimes around Lexington. WKYT's Lauren Miner is live in Lexington with some new details on that. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning. Well, Devarius Jones will be arraigned here at District Court later on today. Jones was arrested yesterday in connection with a home invasion and both robberies at Hibbett Sports. We received Jones' arrest citation overnight, and this is what we know. On September 2nd, Jones went into a home on Lucille Road. He held 3 people in a bedroom at gunpoint demanding money, 2 of them being a mother and her 2-year-old. Jones and another suspect stole a gray Camry that was also used in the Hibbett Sports robbery. One of the victims found a photo of a UPS employee ID card on Facebook that had Jones' name and social security number on it. The next day, Jones robbed the Hibbett Sports on Richmond Road. The citation states that the suspects threatened to kill employees twice. It also states more than $2,000 of cash was stolen. Almost a week later, Jones, along with another suspect, robbed the Hibbett Sports on Richmond. They stole merchandise, money, and a customer's cell phone. All victims picked all victims picked Jones out of a lineup. Documents also say that when police arrested Jones yesterday on Wimburn Drive, he did have a gun on him. Now, police are also looking for another suspect involved in the home invasion. That man's name is Taji Winters. Reporting live in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, thank you. And Lexington police have made a huge drug arrest. They say it is the largest fentanyl bust in city history.
Police say they found nearly 100 grams of the drug during a raid at William Dixon's home. WKYT's Mike Byer is live at police headquarters with details this morning. Hello, Mike.
As a result of that record-breaking drug bust, Bill and Andrea, Dixon has been charged with possession with intent to distribute large quantities of fentanyl. Now, authorities say police found about 100 grams at his house. In July, we're told Dixon works for the Division of Water Quality but has been on paid leave because of an on-the-job injury. Investigators say it's the largest amount of pure fentanyl that Lexington police have seized, and they say it was intended for right here on the streets of Lexington. U.S. Attorney Kerry Harvey says it's an important indictment because of how much of the drug they were able to keep off the streets. He adds they're very fortunate to have seized the drug before it was distributed because of how dangerous it is.
This is an extremely dangerous substance. It is so potent that it's possible to absorb a lethal dose simply by inadvertent skin contact.
Now, Dixon will be arraigned Monday. If convicted, he faces a minimum of 5 years and a maximum of 40 years in federal prison. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you very much. New on WKYT this morning, a man suspected of shooting into a Lexington home is now in jail. Dexter Cooper faces several charges, including 3 counts of wanton endangerment. Police say he fired several shots into a home near Castlewood Park yesterday morning. Now, thankfully, no one was hurt. An officer who heard those shots says he pulled over Cooper on Carlisle Avenue and found a gun, shell casings, and drugs in the car.
Well, it's a win for Kentucky Attorney General Andy Beshear. The Democrat sued Republican Governor Matt Bevin over his cuts to higher education. The Kentucky Supreme Court sided with Beshear and ruled the governor does not have the authority to slash college budgets without the authority given to him by the legislature.
This governor is all about cutting the red tape, and this case is over. So I'm calling on him to cut that red tape and go ahead and immediately provide these funds to our universities. They desperately need them. They can use them. And in the end, it'll help Kentucky families, whether it's the students or the faculty.
Governor Bevin said he disagrees with the ruling of the High Court. His office released a statement saying, quote, "The Attorney General clearly does not understand the severity of the pension problem, which became the nation's worst funded plan under the watch of his father's administration. $18 million will now be returned to schools across the state."
A 47-year-old cold case in Harlan County is now one step closer to being solved. DNA testing confirmed the body of Mountain Jane Doe found along Little Shepherd Trail in 1969 was Sonia K. Blair Adams. The break in the case happened after state police were contacted by a woman thinking the body may belong to her mother.
Well, I hope that they can find who did it, and it's been a long time. If the killer is still out there, who killed her, they've had time to live a whole lifetime.
Stipes was just a year old when her mother disappeared. She says she wants to hold a funeral for her mom and give her a proper burial.
Well, traffic is moving again this morning on a busy road on the EKU campus in Richmond. Lancaster Avenue reopened last night. It had been closed since September 9th after a dump truck hit a pedway, causing it to collapse. The road was closed until crews could shore up the pedway. Now, the pedway is still closed to walkers, and it's going to be some time because they have to really reconstruct the whole thing. But at least they have the road open now.
Well, it is an honor a long time in the making. 4 statues of former players were unveiled at Commonwealth Stadium for the first time ever. And Nate Worthington, Greg Page, Wilbur Hackett, and Houston Hogg broke the color barrier for the SEC football nearly 50 years ago. Page's family was in attendance. The other 3 players were all there to see their likeness revealed right in front of them. A beautiful statue to commemorate sacrifice for future generations of African-American athletes at UK and in the SEC. Wilbur Hackett hopes it inspires others for generations to come.
If these young men, whoever walks through this corridor, whoever walks past that statue, and they see that history, hopefully it can be an inspiration to them. hopefully it can encourage them to go on and finish their dream, to live their lives, to make the most. Because I had no idea 50 years ago that this was going to happen. So if it can serve as a stepping stone for somebody's success, then I hope that's what happens.
In 1969, Hackett also became the first African-American team captain in any sport in SEC history. Certainly a great night in the history of the University of Kentucky as well. And as you can see, they're very, very pleased that they're honored in this way.
Very proud. It must have been surreal, too, to just see yourself in bronze.
And he said having no idea that a moment of, would come like that when what they did those years ago would be commemorated this way.
Special moment.
5:40 our time, 20 before 6 on WKYT. Time to check live drive traffic this morning.
Here's a look at the traffic map. Mostly green on the screen. Of course, we do want to remind you to avoid North Broadway this morning, and you're encouraged to take the detour. Take 7th to Upper Street. Avoid North Broadway. Also, if you're heading into the downtown area this morning, remember that there is also this issue on Main Street. They're working on a gas line there at about Walton Avenue. They're near the Fayette County School headquarters, so we'll see what goes there today. Lexington Fayette Urban County Government's live drive camera now at Nicholasville and Manowar. And, of course, that is where the summit construction is underway. So there are plenty of issues. Good news over in Richmond is that they do have that Lancaster Avenue. There's the silver lining.
So
We've been looking for it.
All right. A lot more news coming up for you on your Friday as we roll toward the weekend. Good to have you on WKYT. Still ahead, who says a school lunch can't be healthy? We'll meet one lunch lady who lost nearly 100 pounds on her new cafeteria food diet. That's after Micah's forecast.
We're going to be looking toward the weekend. The weekend's going to be pretty warm, but at least it'll be dry. Next week, big blast and cold front as fall really comes on in. I'm going to show you how low we go with those temperatures coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We're at 65 now in Frankfort across 421 and Main Street. Things look pretty good there. In the capital city, we drive down south into Lexington. Looks just fine, mid-60s across Winchester Road, 75, no issues. And 421, or rather US, or 64 rather, and 60, all looks well across the area. Huge dome of higher pressure. Here's the breakdown, the bigger picture. This has not changed since Monday. We talked about this Monday, that this week was going to be dry. I mean, there was just no chance of rain. The reason being, this just kind of sits there. And as long as it's there, it's going to keep everybody dry wherever it's around. These storms have been trying to make their way southbound up towards Chicago and off towards, just say, northern portions of Illinois. But this dome of higher pressure, it just continues to push it northbound and keep it in that direction. So we're not going to expect that anytime soon. We're going to remain dry today and 10 to 15 degrees above average, average being mid-70s, which puts us right there. If you don't want to do the math early this morning, I'll do it for you. 90 degrees. Apple Festival going on in Liberty, big event happening. That kicked off yesterday. And we'll travel off into your weekend. Here's Friday, 90 degrees. Saturday coming in at 90 degrees. Sunday, still no Apple Festival on Sunday. It actually finishes on Saturday. But if you have any festivals going on Sunday, some actually continue off into Sunday. Still going to be dry and still going to be pretty warm. So just keep in mind, it's going to be warm, but at least it stays dry. That is key during all these festivals. Hey, follow me on Twitter, Micah Harris WX. Grab your phone, hit the follow button, and I'll follow you right back. This one's a really cool looking shot. Now, this is a great looking first day of autumn, and that is from Last American Gal. That's a really, really cool shot right there. I believe that's out of Jessamine County. She always sends me good pictures. That's Sandy Daniel right there. Let's check out your 7-day forecast and see what's going on the next few days. We're at 90 degrees today and tomorrow, 86 on Sunday, and that goes for the Sorghum Festival there in West Liberty too. A big festival that somebody typed to me on Twitter. The Marion County Country Ham Days. Boy, that's a big event. That kicks off today, off towards your weekend, too. And some good weather for you guys down in Lebanon and Marion County. Monday, we'll start to get a couple of storms rolling on in. But the front you'll start to feel on Tuesday. That's when the bulk of the rain moves on in. Right now, I don't see a lot of rain in terms of adding up in the rain gauge. But it looks pretty widespread at this moment. But you really feel those temperatures. That's what it's about. Upper 60s, lower 70s for highs. And then we're looking at 40s for overnight lows, possibly. Possibly. We'll
Possibly.
see. Yeah. Either way, I mean, if you're at 49, 51, it doesn't matter. It's going to feel all the same to you.
Yeah.
That's a lot to adjust to in a few days.
It
is.
is.
Yes, here it comes.
Bring out
Next
the
week.
winter stuff,
That's
the fall
right. Yeah, get ready
stuff.
for it.
Yeah. Well, maybe this weekend we have a little time to do that. Micah, thank you. It is coming up on 5:48 now.
And a Texas cafeteria worker, she may be the best spokeswoman for her school's food. She lost 100 pounds eating mostly cafeteria food.
Tammy McRae has lost 100 pounds in a year since she started her new diet. She used to weigh 260 pounds, living mostly on fast food. But she says she decided to ditch her old diets. She started eating breakfast and lunch at school every day, and then she ate yogurt or fruit at home. She says she is now a lot happier, not because she's thinner, but because she is healthier. So that's good. So making good choices there.
Yes, that's what makes all the difference. Just because you're thin doesn't mean you're in good shape.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she now is in good shape, feeling good, and she looks great.
And portion control, a lesson I could learn.
Couldn't we all?
Friday morning on WKYT, and it is so good to have you with us.
Coming up, you'll get a look at the stories making news at this hour.
Going to keep an eye on these traffic situations this morning, Broadway and Main Street in Lexington. And also, we'll have some health news. Keep it here on WKYT. Good morning. Welcome back in on your Friday. Glad you're here on WKYT this morning, 5:52 now.
Your weekend is upon you, but right now let's take a look at some of the stories we're working on for you this morning.
We have a lot going on early. A man who Lexington police considered armed and dangerous is now in custody. Police tell us that they have arrested Devarius Jones. Police say Jones robbed 2 Hibbett sports stores in the last couple of weeks and held a family at gunpoint during a home invasion on Lucille Drive. And police are still looking for Taji Winters, who is also wanted in the home invasion.
Topping your national headlines this morning, protesters in Charlotte are keeping up calls for justice and demanding to see video of the fatal police shooting of Keith Scott.
Demonstrators clashed with police for a 3rd evening in a row yesterday. That was shortly before a mandatory midnight curfew took effect. Things have been calmer in the overnight hours. Scott's relatives privately viewed footage of his killing on Thursday. Their attorney says he couldn't tell whether Scott was holding a weapon, as police have claimed.
A police officer in Tulsa, Oklahoma is facing manslaughter charges in connection with the death of Terrence Crutcher. Betty Shelby fatally shot the 40-year-old after his SUV stalled on a roadway last week. She turned herself into police earlier this morning. Yesterday, actually, she was released on bail. Well, falls are the leading cause of death and injury among older Americans. That tops your morning health headlines.
Yeah, the CDC says falls killed at least 27,000 elderly adults in the U.S. in 2014. Another 7 million were hurt, resulting in $31 billion in Medicare costs.
Well, there may be new troubles for Brad Pitt. Also, LL Cool J speaks out about the new NCIS season.
And a White House welcome for stars of the arts and humanities. Suzanne Marquez has your eye on entertainment.
President Obama welcomed the newest winners of the National Medal of Arts. Actor Mel Brooks and singer Audra McDonald were honored for their contributions, along with composer Philip Glass. Radio host Terry Gross was among the winners of the National Humanities Medal, as well as Hamilton biographer Ron Chernow.
Just days after news of his divorce, Brad Pitt may now be facing accusations of child abuse. Multiple entertainment sites report the Los Angeles Department of Children and Family Services is looking into allegations that the actor was physical with one of his children and verbally abusive. Angelina Jolie filed for divorce this week, saying it was for the health of the family. The Brangelina breakup sparked rumors of an affair between Pitt and his recent co-star Marion Cotillard. The French actress denied those reports and said she's pregnant with her second child with her longtime partner. Chris O'Donnell and LL Cool J are back for Season 8 of NCIS Los Angeles.
Cover me. Cover.
The team heads to Syria and runs into trouble when the mission goes off course.
These stories do come from, the real world, and we deal with headlines, and we deal with things that are really happening in the world.
The series premieres this weekend on CBS in its new Sunday evening time slot. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
All right, let's get a check this morning on today's traffic trouble spots. We do have a few.
We do, and here's a look right now at the traffic map. Remember, there is a crash on North Broadway at 6th Street. It involves a utility pole that they're trying to correct right now. And so that issue this morning is that some of the inbound traffic is going to be closed right now at 6th Street because of that crash.
And part of Main Street is also closed between Walton and Ashland Avenues. Crews are working to repair a gas line there, so be aware of those situations as you head out the door this morning.
Here's a look at the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government live drive cam at Main and Broadway. One location where we have no issues this morning.
There we go.
It's good and quiet there in the downtown area. And if you're just joining us and you're over in Madison County, the Lancaster Avenue, where the pedway was kind of severely damaged a few weeks back, Lancaster Avenue is now reopened.
Yes, so that will be a big help for people in Richmond. Yes.
All right, we're going to go up to close to 90 degrees today on this first full day of fall. Here's Micah.
In the past few days, we've been close to 90 degrees, and some of us have actually reached 90 degrees, but humidity's down. That's what's key. 64 degrees right now in Lexington. We're at 65. That's the hot spot across the area. Here in Frankfort, the York Way southbound Monticello coming in at 58 degrees. So a pretty nice start to the day. You'll have mostly sunny skies right around that 7:20 a.m. time frame when the sun starts to rise, and very sunny there toward midday. It's going to be a beautiful day once again. There's really no change in the forecast at 90 degrees today and tomorrow. Off toward your Sunday, mid-80s, but big blasting cold front next week. We're going to go over that. Still another hour of WKYT news left. If you're about to take off, have a great day and a great weekend.